right, Mama, so what are we making first today?
So first we are going to make a roasted tomato basil soup, and I have been fortunate enough to have a bounty of tomatoes from my garden. So we are making it with freshly grown organic tomatoes and freshly grown organic basil.
All right.
So it's so simple. There are 4 ingredients primarily, which are tomatoes, a variety, any kind that you like, garlic, olive oil, salt, pepper, and I'm going to use vegetable stock so that it could be a vegetarian vegan meal. You can use chicken stock and add cream if you want it to be a little richer, but let's start with the basics, which is just roasting these beautiful tomatoes.
Cool. And most important question, how long is this going to take me?
Well, the actual prep time is just how long is it going to take you to cut these big tomatoes in quarters and throw these little tomatoes on the sheet pan.
Oh boy, all right.
Let's see how long that's going to take, because
Right,
that should take literally a minute and a half.
All right,
So
so
you
which one am I doing first?
gather the little tomatoes,
Okay,
throw them on the sheet pan.
okay, I can do that.
It's as simple as
I like
it
this
gets.
so far.
I'm telling you, it's a simple one.
All right, so these are cherry tomatoes, right?
These are cherry tomatoes and grape tomatoes.
Cherry and grape tomatoes.
And as you see, they're all different colors at all different stages. They don't have to be perfect because you're roasting them. All the beautiful sweetness is going to come out in the oven.
That's what I was going to ask you, because some of these tomatoes are looking a little frumpy.
Yes, they are, and that's all good. That's tomatoes that you cook with and you don't want to put in a salad.
Got it. Okay, so even if you got some frumpy looking tomatoes,
Doesn't matter.
it'll work.
That's right. They can even be green. As you see, some of these are not fully ripe. So green tomatoes also work well. If they're really hard, you just have to cook them a little longer and they will still be sweet and delicious.
Okay, cool.
All right.
So what am I doing now?
You're going to take the smaller green tomatoes, as you see, and just cut them in half.
In half? Okay.
In half.
Okay, I can do that.
Nice sharp knife is really, really important.
Boom.
And put them face side down on the cookie sheet. Yep. Yep. And do that to the rest of them.
Okay, this is not so bad.
It's not bad at all.
Okay, so far you got me good, Mama.
There
Cool.
you go.
I'm with it.
And as you see, a sharp knife is really important because if not, you will squash your tomatoes.
So before this, my greatest cooking experience is
That you can throw straight down. It's all good.
okay. I can make really good bowls of cereal without spilling the milk.
Eggs
I can make eggs, and thanks to Mama, I can make salmon.
and chili.
Chili too. I forgot about the chili because I don't eat ground beef anymore.
You can do it with ground chicken, ground turkey, and with veggie ground.
Right. What about
options?
What about these?
Cut them in half,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're going to cut them in half again, just because they're so large.
And like this
Yep.
one? Okay.
And on the sheet pan they will go.
All right. Am I holding a knife properly, or do I?
No, you're holding the knife just fine. If you have your hands on either side of the knife, it gives you stability.
Got it. Okay. Okay. I'm feeling pretty confident.
Go.
There we go. We got this all cut
Perfect.
out.
So we're going to throw those on the sheet pan as well.
All right. I'm liking the ease so far.
Easy peasy.
Doesn't matter if they're all.
Doesn't matter. There's no rhyme or reason. That's the beauty of cooking. It's all about feel. It's not like baking where it's chemistry and you can screw up a recipe really quickly.
All right.
Throw that on. Now the garlic.
Yep.
So I've already got skin off of one, right?
Yep.
This one, what you do is you're gonna put your knife over it like this
Yep. Give it a
and
mash.
whack it. And the skin will pop off and you will release the garlic basically. Whack. There you go.
All right. Let's peel this off.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Well, it's coming right, it'll come right off.
Okay. I'm getting nervous already.
I see that. There's nothing to be nervous about, it's just garlic.
Oh.
Unless you're a vampire, we should be okay.
As far as I know, I'm good. All right, cool.
Okay, so you're gonna actually whack it again. So you're gonna you can put both of them underneath, like this, and a really good whack. So they're kind of squashed, because you really want the flavor to be released.
All right, so we want
So
to
just hit it hard. Don't be scared. There you go.
More?
That's good. You see how they're broken up now? You see?
All right. So this is what we want. We want some...
We're looking for them to be broken, but not totally crushed. And just throw them on the sheet pan.
Anywhere?
Anywhere at all. Great. Next we're going to drizzle some olive oil.
All right.
So just like you're just going to sort of
Doesn't matter what kind of, it has to be olive oil?
Olive oil.
Okay.
And use a good quality olive oil.
Good quality olive oil.
Olive oil, don't buy cheap olive oil. It's a worthwhile investment. Just sort of drizzle, like not heavy, a drizzle.
Oh,
you want them to coat it. Don't worry, it's nothing to worry about. Like it's nothing to really stress out over. Just drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. Beautiful.
Is it okay?
Yeah,
Not too much?
Perfect. No, it's great. Excellent. Beautiful.
More?
I'll just do like one down the middle, just so you can get some of the inside ones. That's it. Excellent. Perfect.
All right.
Now we're just going to salt and pepper.
All right, I can do that.
Here's your salt.
Little Salt Bay action over here. That's how you gotta do it when you're a chef, right?
Always ship salt from a height, because when you salt from a height, it actually falls more evenly distributed. Whereas if you're down low, you're going to get plunks.
Do I put more?
Yeah, salt. The salt actually releases all the sugars in the tomatoes.
Yeah, one more for good measure.
Boom. Now a little wrist action, as you like to call it.
I know how to respond to that when it's my mama.
Hey, you're the one that called me when I was doing it.
Little wrist action.
A little wrist action. Twist it up.
There we go.
Excellent.
How come it's not going?
No, it's going.
That's good?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's going. Doesn't have to be piles. That's excellent.
Good?
Perfect. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So then we're just gonna give the pan a little shake. Let everything kind of get coated up. All these beautiful flavors, right?
Yep.
Like this. And in the oven it goes at 425 for about 15 to 20 minutes until you start them. You'll see the little ones almost bursting.
Okay.
And the bigger ones will get softer. And that's the beginning or the base to this tomato basil soup.
Okay, pretty simple so
Alright,
far. I
so
like it. 425, 15 to 20 minutes.
Correct. So in the oven it goes middle rack.
All right.
And we will set the timer for 15 and then we can check it afterwards. If it's not ready after 15, another 5-10 minutes. Like there's no grand problems there.
Perfect.
Next.
All right, so now what are we gonna do, Mama?
So now the tomatoes are ready and they have been in the oven for approximately 20 minutes, maybe a touch more. You really want them to be blistery and you will see momentarily what you want them to look like. So again,
Blistery.
425 for approximately 15 to 20 minutes, could be a touch longer, but just gauge it by what they look like.
All right.
And,
So 15 to 20 minutes, you want it blistery.
and they smell divine.
Oh my lord. Oh, ho, ho.
Here we go.
I didn't eat breakfast yet, so I'm hungry.
You can smell them, you can see the texture. It's very hard for me to lift this just because if I do, everything's
It's
gonna,
a little liquids.
but if you look, you will see how
It's all mushy.
they're totally tender.
Yeah.
Totally
you feel?
tender.
It's all, yeah, it's all mushy feeling. Okay,
Okay,
got it.
so these are all gonna go into the blender.
And I just lift up the
Well,
parchment paper?
no,
I see.
because things are gonna start dropping and dripping all over yourself. So you can actually, here, sorry. Let's do it this way. Let's make it easier. So just remove that, bring it as close to you as possible, just so there's
I got this.
less chance of hurting yourself.
I got this.
Accidents. Now, just so you guys know, once these are all roasted and blended, you right there have a fantastic tomato sauce. Just a basic, beautiful roasted tomato sauce that can go on top of pasta, chicken, fish, whatever. But we were taking that tomato sauce and elevating it to a delicious tomato soup. So this is a 2-in-1 recipe. Tomato sauce morphed into a tomato soup.
I don't think I've ever heard you say the word whence before.
Whence?
Whence the tomatoes are.
Once.
Oh,
Once.
I heard whence.
Whence.
Like whence. What is that?
Like thou.
Yeah.
Are we now speaking in Shakespearean terms?
Whence thou thinketh that the
Once
tomatoes.
thou has decideth.
All right. So we got a blender full of tomatoes.
We got a blender full of tomatoes. Now, we don't want those beautiful juices going to waste.
Right.
Because this is all the beautiful juices from the tomatoes and the olive oil.
Got it.
Which are both very flavorful things. So we are going to use our oven mitts, and I will take over this part just for the sake of safety's sake.
It's a good
Because
idea,
I know
Mama.
my son very, very well, and I don't want any accidents. So, excuse the pan in front of my face, but there we go.
Okay.
So that goes there. Now, very important to know, extremely important to know, when you put hot anything in a blender,
Yeah.
and you put the cover on,
Yeah.
if you blend it with it sealed,
Yeah.
it will explode.
Holy
The
cow. Okay.
pressure will build up and
Yeah.
it will cause a horrible, horrible mess, and you will really not be happy.
You'll regret it.
Big time. So
you leave it
always
open.
open a vent.
Okay.
You can put a towel
I
sort of
see.
over the area just to block it
Okay.
from spurting, but you cannot have it sealed or else it will really be
Got it.
a problem.
Okay.
So we're just gonna, just so you can sort of see, we're just gonna blend this.
Okay. So you're not blending it like a smoothie.
Well, smooth enough. I mean, you do, it is soup, so it's not like, I mean, it can be super smooth. It depends on personal preference.
How thick you want it.
So some people like it really without any texture whatsoever, without any pieces, without any bite.
Right.
So then you blend it to that degree.
Got it.
If you don't mind a little texture, I mean, especially if you're gonna leave it sort of sauce-like.
Yep.
So now we're just gonna throw some fresh basil in.
All right.
So I've got fresh basil from the garden,
Oh, it smells good.
doesn't it?
It does really smell
Right?
good, yeah.
So we're gonna throw some fresh basil, and you can throw the stalks in too. It's just that in certain blenders like this one, it doesn't pureed enough. So, but the stems have more flavor than the leaves.
Oh, okay.
So the
That's good
stems
to
are
know.
always great to keep.
Yep.
You can throw them in your soups even just to get flavor while it's cooking, and then fish them out afterwards. So there's actually two different kinds of basil I have. I have sweet basil and I have cinnamon basil.
All right.
Doesn't taste like cinnamon. They're both delicious.
All right.
Right,
All right.
so we're gonna give it a zoom again. So let's again keep that open, but put like a little
Yeah.
towel over it, and then just push it down, and off you go. It's fine if there's pieces of
Yep.
the basil and all that. It's beautiful. So the reason everybody expects tomato soup to be red.
I was expecting it to be red.
Well, if you notice the colors of the tomatoes we used,
Yep.
we used yellow, we
Right.
used green, we used red, hence this color. So it's nothing that you would sit there and say there's something wrong with the tomato soup.
Yep.
It's because we used beautiful different heirloom tomatoes and organic tomatoes to make this soup.
Ooh, that is looking good.
And it smells
It smells divine.
awesome.
Yep.
It does. So this will now go in a pot,
All right.
which we can bring this pot closer over to this element here.
Okay.
So let's hold that in. Put it in the pot. We don't want that going in the pot because that doesn't taste very good.
Yep.
Now, as is, it's awesome.
Yep.
It really is. Like you
So at
could,
this point, it could be done.
it could definitely be done
Okay.
as is.
Okay.
Now, if you want to sort of stretch it a little bit
Yep.
and get a little bit more out of it,
Yep.
you just add either chicken broth. This is vegetable broth because we are keeping everything on the vegetarian side for these soups today.
Cool.
But any kind of broth.
Wait, how much did you add?
This was probably, that's a good question. This was probably about 3/4 of a cup. So I'm looking more for consistency than I am for amount. So when you're
I see.
looking at
Okay.
your soup, it depends how thick or thin you want it.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want like a really thick, creamy tomato soup,
So you're basically just adding as much as you'd like until it's the consistency you want.
exactly.
Got it.
So at this point, like it's still quite thick,
Yep.
and it's going to continue
Let me
to
see.
cook for a little bit. So when it continues to cook, it starts to reduce and it gets thicker and thicker as the flavor intensifies.
This is considered thick?
Well, it's thickish
Okay.
for like just a plain tomato soup that
Got it.
has no cream or anything added to it. That's like on the thicker side.
Got it.
So I would add just a touch more because it will reduce down. And it's just, you want the flavors to develop. The longer it cooks, the more all these flavors inside marry with each other,
Yep.
and they have a little party and they get to know each other, and then they're all happy. So that's what we
Happily
want.
ever after.
We want a happy soup.
All right,
Okay?
I'm with it.
So a happy
This
soup.
might be called the happy soup.
Right. So truly, it could be eaten right this second.
Cool.
without a problem.
Cool.
You want it to develop a little bit more,
Yep.
you just let it cook for another 15-20 minutes.
Yep.
You want it it's not an hours and hours soup.
And this is on low, right?
This right now is actually, it's not even on, but yes, it should be on like a sort of a medium low.
Medium low. All right, so we want this on
You
medium
want it to
low.
simmer. You don't want it to boil, you want it to simmer. So a simmer is sort of where it starts almost to come up to a boil, but it doesn't fully start boiling and get rapid and the bubbles are going nuts.
Got
so
it.
you see that there's a little bit of action happening,
Yep.
you know, little party going on.
Yeah.
So this is truly, can be as is. You would taste at this point for salt and pepper.
Yep.
You would see if there's enough salt and pepper.
All right.
So we're gonna do that right now because it's crucial for tasting.
15, no, did you say 15 minutes?
I would leave it for like another 15 minutes just
To get to the simmer.
To get to the simmer
Got
and
it.
develop a little bit more flavors, but like I said, it's ready now.
So medium low until it gets to a simmer, and add the broth until it's the kind of consistency of soup you like.
If you'd like it thicker, don't add too much broth. If you like it a little thinner, add more broth. It's totally a personal choice.
Got it.
Taste.
All right.
And see, it may need salt, it may need pepper, and it may just taste fresh and delicious as is.
Oh, it is good.
Mm-hmm. Not supposed to put your spoon in twice.
Don't ever put a spoon in twice.
Unsanitary.
Totally.
Delicious, right?
It's really good. I don't even think it really needs salt or anything.
Well, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's, again, you can always add salt to your own personal bowl.
Mm.
Don't over salt. You can't take it out.
It's really good.
Right?
Like, it's actually really good. Yeah.
Why do you sound so surprised?
I'm just.
Damn, I'm at salted.
No, not like that, Mama. Not like that. I'm just saying, I'm impressed because it was like it was so simple. It was very simple ingredients, very simple process.
Fresh, delicious.
It's very good.
Good.
Very good.
Yay, I'm happy.
10 on 10. Eats all good.
It's all good dinner once again.
Travel the world with your taste buds.
That's right. And from your garden to your table.
There we go. All right, we got all the catchphrases. Let's go.
That's it. So the soup is done. Like this is, you want to plate it up, put it in a bowl. Let the camera lady have a taste, maybe?
It is really good. Like, it's really good.
So why do you keep saying like you're so surprised?
I'm just surprised. I'm surprised at the simplicity. That's what I'm surprised.
Oh, well, I told you I was going to make it easy for you, correct?
It's really good.
Okay.
Yep.
So let's get a bowl.
Okay. And serve it up.
And serve it up so you can see how beautiful it looks for you. Plated.
Okay. I'm impressed.
Okay, so let's go like this.
Oh, yeah.
Go. And again, you can add cream. If you wanted to add cream, you can add cream and make it a cream of tomato soup. It's beautiful as is.
And would they just add that instead of the broth?
No. Right now you can literally either in here or just on top, you can do a little swirl of cream, mix it all in. If somebody doesn't want creamy soup, just do it individual.
So it doesn't even need to be cooked. You just
does not need to be cooked.
Got it.
No.
Okay.
So it's all about just being as versatile and making it your own. We want everything to be how you want it and how you like it. Because not everybody has the same taste. So
beautiful.
There we go. And here is the soup. Bon appetit.
All right.
Enjoy.
So wait, what are we calling this soup, Mama?
We are calling this scrumptious heirloom tomato basil deliciousness. No.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Exactly, yes. No, this is just like farm to table tomato soup.
I'm gonna call this happy soup.
Happy soup. I like that.
This is happy soup because it makes me happy.
Happy soup. There we go.
Very, very good.
Good.
Check it out.
Check it out. It's all